Aman asu, hoshkamin am jadir am kaji, Drillmaster Keran said. You will come with us to the Kaji Sharaj to find your Hanu Pash. The path Ivram wills for you. He stood in the doorway with Drillmaster Cavil, the two warriors tall and forbidding in their black robes with red Drillmaster veils. They looked on impassively as Jadir's mother wept and embraced him. "You must be man for our family now, Ahman," Kajivar told him. "For me and your sisters, we have no one else." "I will, mother," Jadir promised. "I'll become a great warrior and build you a palace." "Of that I have no doubt," Kajivar said. "They say I was cursed to bear 3 girls after you, but I say Ivram blessed our family with a son so great he needed no brothers." She hugged him tightly, her tears wet on his cheek. "Enough weeping," Drillmaster Cavil said, taking Jadir's arm and pulling him away. Jadir's young sisters stared as they led him from the tiny apartment. "It is always this way," Keran said. "Mothers can never let go." "She has no man to care for her," Jadir replied. "You were not told to speak, boy," Cavil barked, cuffing him hard on the back of the head. Jadir bit back a cry of pain as his knee struck the sandstone street. His heart screamed at him to strike back, but he checked himself. However much the Kaji needed warriors, the Dal Sharum would kill him for such an affront with no more thought than a man might give to squashing a scorpion under his sandal. "Every man in Krejia cares for her," Keran said, jerking his head back toward the door, "spilling blood in the night to keep her safe as she weeps over her sorry excuse for a son." They turned down the street, heading toward the great bazaar. Jadir knew the way well, for he went to the market often, though he had no money. The scents of spice and perfume were a heady mix, and he liked to gaze at the spears and wicked curved blades in the armourers' kiosks. Sometimes he fought with other boys, readying himself for the day he would be a warrior. It was rare for Dal Sharum to enter the bazaar. Such places were beneath them. Women, children, and Kafit scurried out of the drillmaster's path. Jadir watched the warriors carefully, doing his best to imitate their carriage. Someday, he thought, it will be my path that others scramble to clear. Cavil checked a chalked slate and looked up at a large tent, streaming with coloured banners. "This is the place," he said, and Keran grunted. Jadir followed as they lifted the flap and strode inside without bothering to announce themselves. The inside of the tent smelled of incense smoke, and it was richly carpeted, filled with piles of silk pillows, racks of hanging carpets, painted pottery, and other treasures. Jadir ran a finger along a bolt of silk, shivering at its smoothness. "My mother and sisters should be clad in such cloth," he thought. He looked at his own tan pantaloons and vest, grimy and torn, and longed for the day he could don a warrior's blacks. A woman at the counter gave a shriek as she caught sight of the drillmasters, and Jadir looked up at her just as she pulled her veil over her face. "Omara Vahaman Vakaji?" Keran asked. The woman nodded, eyes wide with fear. "We have come for your son, Aban," Keran said. "He's not here," Omara said, but her eyes and hands, the only parts of her visible beneath the thick black cloth, trembled. "I sent him out this morning, delivering goods." "Search the back," Keran told Cavil. The drillmaster nodded and headed for the dividing flap behind the counter. "No, please!" Omara cried, stepping in his path. Cavil ignored her, shoving her aside and disappearing into the back. There were more shrieks, and a moment later the drillmaster re-emerged, clutching the arm of a young boy in a tan vest, cap, and pantaloons, though of much finer cloth than Jadir's. He was perhaps a year or two older than Jadir, stocky and well-fed. A number of older girls followed him out, 2 in tans and 3 more in the black, open-faced head wraps of unmarried women. "Aban am Haman am Kaji," Keran said. "You will come with us to the Kaji."